What is up, you guys? This is For the Femmes, and once again, you're here with Faithlin and Shay. Faithlin's in a lake house. Like,
Yeah, I'm at my girlfriend's lake house because she is selling it. And so she's like, okay, we have to go and
enjoy the
get
love.
some
Get it.
things. And then we're looking at places together. So we were gonna like bring some furniture back
Oh. I was like, wait, by the
as
lake
well.
house? I'm like, what?
Oh my God, no, no, no,
Oh
no.
my God, wait, cute. So love. So the girlfriend life is just, it's going well.
It is so fun, to be
Oh my
honest.
God.
Like
Remember
there's
when you said you
nothing.
couldn't even imagine yourself in a relationship?
I know how crazy. Also, I don't look good because we worked out this morning and then didn't have look at Bali in the background. Didn't have time to like get ready, so I just put concealer on and a hat on. So,
You are such a natural beauty, but like, don't
oh,
even worry because we had to move this filming twice
oh
because
my
I went to
God.
the dentist, you guys, and
Yeah.
I honestly still hurts. The one side of my face was so swollen. I literally
Mm,
looked like I got a botched job. Like when I smiled, even like my friends were like, "Yeah, you cannot film like that." I'm like, "I know." Like I couldn't even hide it. It was so bad.
no. Yeah, I was like, I don't care. We can film
Yeah, Peyton's like,
whenever.
"No, it's good." I'm like, "Okay, cool. We can
Yeah,
move."
I'm like, can we please not film today?
I know.
I just
How
wasn't
was your
feeling up
week
for it.
though?
How's my week? My week's been good. Obviously, there's like drama that I've told you about that is
Mhm.
like so fucking annoying, and it's like dealing with people who are children. It's never fun.
It's also
But
just so hard when you're in a new relationship and you have to start with drama. Like that's not even like really
no,
to do
literally,
with
it's like
you.
the weirdest thing.
Mhm.
It's honestly weird, and like that's what like me and like my partner and like all her friends were just like, this is like the weirdest, most childish bullshit. But I mean, it must be entertaining for some
Yeah.
people. Like
It's so funny.
we're causing
Someone,
it. So
one of the questions was asked, like, would I move to LA? And I never say never. But you know what's so funny? I feel like LA has the craziest like lesbian drama that like just doesn't happen in New York. Do you not just feel like LA like
yeah,
lesbians always
no,
have
it's
like
crazy.
drama? I'm
No,
like, it's
but
so crazy.
it is crazy. But it's also like just the culture, like we were talking about when we all got brunch last week. It's like the New York culture. It's like people are more cutthroat and a little bit more black and white. And if you do something that is like morally not good, you're will cut you off. Like you're
Yeah.
not in a friend group. But here it's like nobody wants to step on anyone's toes. And if it's for like business and people like, I don't mean this in a mean way, but genuinely are just more fake and like,
It is a very fake seeming people, which I like just don't like.
yeah. I
But
mean, I think you have to just find the gems, like the, and it's like it's not that they're fake people and they're bad. Like there are so many incredible people in every city, but
of
it's like
course, yeah.
just the LA culture to like not want to step on anyone's toes and just like let
Hmm.
things kind of slide. And like in New York, that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, the lesbian drama out there scares me because, like, you guys trust me. Like, I love hearing drama and I love gossiping, but I hate when I'm involved in any drama. Like, I literally want to die. I'm like,
Same.
oh my God, like, I don't want to be put in that. Like, and
No,
I
I
just
can't
feel like
imagine.
New York, all the lesbians have like slept together or with the ex or vice versa. But like
Oh,
LA to me is just
everywhere.
like a different level though. I don't know
Oh
why.
yeah.
It's like
Oh
a
yeah.
different level.
It's
And like
like
coming in
times
as fresh
10.
meat, like we all know, like I'm not really in like the know of like all the scenes. Like I could not even know who some people's exes were. Like, and God forbid, like I
No.
like that's like the hardest part. I'm like, you guys, I'm
Yeah.
not in the
And
know of
also
that.
like I don't care who your
Yeah,
fucking
I don't care
ex
either. Like,
is.
I'm
Like,
sorry she's your ex. Like,
yeah, like
it's you guys are done. Like, who gives a fuck?
exactly. Like people like to claim people. I'm like, you don't get to claim somebody that like you're
Oh,
not
together
with
with. That's
anymore.
so wild.
And sorry, all lesbians do is like bop around to each other because there's so
Exactly.
few. We're
100%.
a minority. Like,
We
sorry,
are
what do you expect?
literally, especially me who like likes like point one of a certain type of a lesbian. So like I'm
Sure.
really out there. I'm like really like, oof.
Wait. I didn't hear about your week, girl.
Oh, my week.
Besides
Well,
your
besides my
tooth.
dentist that really took me out, like you guys, it was so bad that like I didn't even go out. Like I was like, you know what? I had to choose to stay in because it
Yeah.
was that embarrassing. So I'm trying to think what I did that was
You're
fun.
outside
Like
every day.
I know. Nothing too crazy. Work is just a little busy because Met's like on Monday. So like, we have a little bit of events and stuff for that. But like other than that, nothing like crazy. My week was kind
That's
of
good.
boring since I was like bedridden. Well, not really. I literally was still
Bedridden
out.
is crazy.
I am still outside.
What are you dating? Like what's going on?
Um, dating. You know what? I feel like I took a minute from like not going on the apps and I actually
Uh-huh.
like switched like my Hinge off of just to be with girls. So I was like, I think Hinge would be better like just for the girls.
Okay. Have you
Um, I was
like
completely wrong. It's just as bad if you just do one sex versus both sex. So it's still a struggle. And then Raya is just like they really just want me to date someone like abroad or something because I literally only get people out of the United States. I'm like, can they have like a preference where I could like pick like maybe in the United States? Because I'm like, everyone I get that I'm like semi attracted to is like not even in the US. So I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like,
I
I
have
don't
no
want to
idea.
like
I
not all of
wonder
us can
if
just get up and move to, like you don't even have a long distance relationship. You just like you guys like moved in. It's like,
I honestly don't have a long distance relationship
no,
anymore.
I
It's kind of
know.
crazy. But like we're going to New York next week and
But you
then
guys
we're
like
going
travel together, so I don't even consider you guys alone. I just
I
consider you a
know.
bi-coastal like couple.
I mean, yeah, it's what we are.
That is. You guys are not
It's
even.
really easy.
Do you think you'll ever do sometimes separate? Or do you think your guys are gonna basically like just stay together? Like not stay together, like
I mean,
vice
I don't know. I mean,
versa. Like you're
like,
like she's in New York, vice well
no,
opposite.
I know what you're saying. I got
Yeah.
it.
Well, it just sounded bad. Like, oh, you guys are staying for get together forever. Like, no, you guys are not breaking up, but like,
No, I know what
you
you mean. I mean, it's everything like nothing feels forced. It all feels really effortless. And I think this is
good.
like what's working for us right now. And we like to be together and we like to wake up with each other and
Hmm.
go to bed next to each other every night. And I think that's kind of like where our heads are at with that. And like
Yeah.
maybe if she has to go away for work, I would just go to New York and see my friends and family. But I mean, again, like it just all feels very seamless and easy. And
Yeah, it works for you guys.
yeah, I mean, I think it was one thing if it were to feel forced, and I was definitely in a relationship prior to this where like things felt forced for
Mhm.
sure. But this is just like easy and it works and it's yeah, I don't know. It's just this is what it is.
Good. I love that. I love that. Okay, should we get into today's topic?
Sure. So today we wanted to, talk about what it means to be a femme for us.
Hmm.
And I think that's really important because you and I have talked about this before, but growing up, the only lesbian
Yeah,
representation we had was Ellen, which
literally.
great. I'm glad we have her, but it was hard to come out when I'm like, I feel like I don't look that part.
Yeah.
It made me feel like, oh, how could I be a lesbian if I don't kind of fit into that
Hmm.
box and I don't really want to be that way? Nowadays there's so much more representation, which is so
100%.
helpful.
No, and I always say this is one of the main reasons why we wanted to make this podcast was because like growing up, yeah, we had no one to look up to that looked like us, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also like you're coming out, you're at this young age, you're also like going into this community that like you want to feel accepted. So like of course to feel accepted, you're like, oh, I have to like look a certain way. That's why like I
Absolutely.
feel like when we were like younger, like I was like every time I had to go to like a gay event or something, I like literally tried to dress a little bit more gay. Like let's
Oh,
be
same.
it wasn't like it was still pretty girly, I feel like considered, but like I had like my like Converses and like shit like that. Like
Yeah,
just try
the
to gay it up a
backwards
little
hat
bit.
for me.
But like, and that's I think was the hardest thing was like I just don't feel comfortable in this way. But like it's like who else would we have to look up to? Or so it was like so important for us to
Yeah,
have something where like other people can be like relate to or just be like,
yeah,
yeah, it is like okay to look this way, or like I don't
yeah.
have to be like the typical stereotypical looking lesbian these days. And I'm like, no, like
It's also kind of interesting too, because when you come out, you are, trying to be your authentic self and you're doing that, but then you're also like losing a piece of you because you're trying to be something
100%.
else, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. And I always said it's like easier too, I feel like to come out to people when you can be like, no, there are like feminine lesbians or there are hot lesbians out there. Like that's why we always say like when I came out, my
Hot
mom thought I was
lesbian's
gonna cut my
crazy.
hair. Like she literally thought I was gonna be like Ellen DeGeneres. I'm like, no, I'm keeping
Oh,
my hair.
same,
Like,
same.
don't
Which, like,
even.
if you want to do it, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the like, don't do it to try to fit in to like some box
Exactly.
that you think you should be.
Exactly.
Just be yourself because
Mhm.
what you're doing when you're coming out is being more like just being true to yourself and more authentic.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I agree. How would you like personally define like femme? If like a straight, I always like to
yeah.
think about if a straight person came up to, because this is like one of my favorite conversations. Because my friends, straight friends, will always like, I think I'd be femme. I think I would be like this. I think I'd be a chapstick. So I love like, what do you define as like a femme?
I think being a femme is obviously a lesbian and being a lesbian who maybe could pass as straight as first glance or
Yeah.
something.
Hmm.
But also I think like a femme sometimes embraces more of that just feminine energy and like feminine role in a relationship. And I saw this TikTok the other day, which I was like, oh, this is such a great perspective that I haven't thought of. And this girl was like, can we stop saying that there's like heteronormative roles in or shaming
Hmm.
heteronormative roles in a lesbian relationship? And I thought that that was kind of cool because that's not a perspective you hear. And it's like
No.
some girls want to take on that dominant, quote unquote, like masculine role. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at
I think
all.
that's really cool. And like having the more feminine presenting one take on more of that, again, like feminine role, more in like feminine energy, more in her feminine energy. And yeah, I forgot.
No, I agree with everything you're saying, honestly. I always kind of also think femme is like a modern day way of saying like lipstick lesbian. Like I feel like
Oh,
no one
for
really says like
sure.
lipstick lesbian anymore. So I'm like, oh, femme's the same thing. I mean, personally, like, I just enjoy things that I know like other lesbians wouldn't. Like I love putting on makeup. I love, having my hair done and going shopping and all these. I'm not saying that like not more mass lesbians don't like that. I just think they don't make it
I
as like
don't
a
feel like they
part.
do. I don't feel like a
I
masked
feel like
lesbian's
really
getting
they like to
excited to
shop, but
wear
like
a
maybe they like to
dress and
shop
put
for their
makeup
like
on.
yeah, but I think some of them like to shop in their like oversized t-shirts kind of vibes, like like
No, I'm not talking about shopping. I'm talking about putting makeup and
oh
dresses on.
yeah, I feel like they definitely like does Cass put makeup on?
Yeah,
Oh, I love that. See, but like would you consider Cass? Oh, sorry, are we saying her name?
it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh,
I'm like, wait,
that's funny. I
I
want to
just
keep
like
that
forgot
in.
about that. I feel like we've been calling your girlfriend. I'm like, wait.
No, it's fine. I feel like she's like,
She gives me like a chapstick.
yeah, kind of, I guess so. Like she's like, we're very much two women in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I mean, she definitely takes on like certain roles. Like I work from home and I clean the house and do the laundry and cook for her and go grocery shopping. And like,
Mhm.
I really like that though. Like, I love being a homemaker.
You've always
My,
been that though. Like you
yeah,
always are like wifey like that.
like it makes me so happy to take care of her and have her
Mhm.
come home from work and not have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
But I'm just very like trad wife in that sense. But it genuinely makes me happy. Like,
No, you've
I
always
love
loved that.
that.
You even done you'd be like, oh, come over and like I'll cook for you. Like you love
Yeah,
cooking for people. You love like,
taking care of
feeding.
people.
Exactly. That's something that
Yeah.
you've always been in your personality.
Yeah, I'm just a nurturing lady.
You are. You're like a little wifey in that way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I think just femmes are just like I like how you said like they could pass as looking straight. Like I always think that's like one of the perfect ways to like put it.
What do you think is something that is difficult about being a femme?
I always say like when people ask me this, I think my top two things are that like one, I feel like no one really ever believes that you're gay. And I think,
100%.
and also like I hate like nowadays, like when you say that you are gay, especially like when you look more femme, they're like, oh my God, I would have never guessed that you were like into girls or lesbian. I'm like, what? Because I like look this way. Like, I don't say like, oh my God, I never thought you were straight. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Like,
probably
hold
have.
on a second. Let me just pull out a strap on and maybe then you'll believe me. Hang on one sec. Let me go in
At
my
first, I
sex
thought you were saying
box.
like, hang on a sec, like for the camera. And then I was like, wait, what? No, but
You're
yeah,
like
like,
literally like, wait, what?
and I think that one's always hard, but also like in the lesbian community, I always feel like we get taken as like, oh, we're not real lesbians, or
For
like,
sure. I
and
think
I
even
hate that
lesbians
because
shame.
I just think like weirdly, there's so much hate in a sense inside the like the lesbian community, especially if you're bi, if you look femme. I'm like, you guys, we're all in the same team. Can we like relax? Like, please.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, there is like weirdly some hate, but like it's so nice. I feel like our friend group in New York and like the friends that I'm, meeting through Cass and even my LA friends, like there is no lesbian drama, which is so nice.
There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be.
No,
Like,
there shouldn't be at all. But it
no.
is, I think some people really just feed, side note, some people really just like feed off of drama, especially if they don't have anything going on in their life. Like it's entertaining for them and like that's what they wake up to sort of do. They have literally nothing going on.
No, I agree. It's like also like there are some people that I'm like are in drama all the time. I'm like, that's like
Yeah.
not, it shouldn't be like that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in your life that you keep putting yourself in these situations? Like,
I
what?
think like it can go back to childhood stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
People needing chaos.
Yeah.
That's all they know,
Yeah,
something that, just needs to be unlearned, but it's hard.
it is. And then I would think the other thing that I think is hard about, being femmes, or just like not hard, but like just like a lot of shit that we guys like, we always get sexualized. And like, and that's what I'm like,
Yeah,
even if you like, if a
for
guy
sure.
asks you, they're always like, oh, can I join? Or like, oh, you really just haven't had the right dick or all that shit. And that shit just annoys the fuck out of me. Cause I'm like, have
Mhm.
respect. Like, come on.
I kind of like, and maybe this is, I don't know, I kind of blame like Playboy and the porn industry for that stuff because like sometimes a lot of the women who are performing like aren't actually lesbians and it just created this fantasy for a lot of people and I mean it probably dated back prior to Playboy but I don't know it's just like I think that is probably a huge part of why it's like hypersexualized specifically for two feminine women or
Yeah.
like literally two straight women going down on each other like I feel like people
100%. No, I
you know
totally agree. I think if you look at like, if you really, honestly, if you go on any of the porn sites, like all the lesbian ones you first see are like more like hot, attractive girls. Like they're not the typical looking, because I think it just goes back to once again, porn was made, I feel like, for the male gaze, and that's what they want, or like two attractive girls like going down on each other. And I'm
yeah.
like once again, it's like for the men, and that annoys the shit out of me. When did you first identify as a femme, or were you always pretty girly growing up?
Um, I like I was pretty girly growing up, and then when I was in middle school, I think like the first like fifth grade middle school, I was very like I would wear like boy clothes. I was, in sports and I liked that. And then from there on out, I was like totally like super feminine. Even after I came out, I think I was super femme, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I go through phases just like everyone in life. Like I
Yeah.
think prior I was feeling like I don't really want to wear a dress. I don't feel comfortable in that like a few months ago and but I also was just struggling with my own kind of like body
Mhm.
issues or not issues, but like I wasn't feeling comfortable in my body and so I also felt like because of that I didn't really know how to dress for my body and now especially being with somebody who is has a little bit more of like masculine energy than me, it makes me feel good too step more into my feminine energy and like the femme side to myself.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I love how you kind of said that like it can go in waves. Like if you're
For
femme, doesn't
sure.
mean you have to wear a dress all the fucking time. Like if you want to
No.
wear like an oversized t-shirt and baggy pants sometimes, go for it. Like doesn't mean anything. I think that's the hardest thing. Like
Yeah.
with style, especially nowadays, I think style is like can be so, you know, genderless and like unisex. Like I don't think it matters if you're wearing
A
a t
hundred percent.
like and I love that because I think you do go like you go through phases all the time and I love that. It's like, you know
Yeah.
what? One day I want to wear a dress, some days I don't. Like who
Or like a woman in a suit is so fucking
so
sexy.
hot, like
So
so
hot.
hot,
Like
so
like a woman in a suit over a dress any
mhm.
day. Any day.
Yeah.
Or like
What
I
are
love
some
when like girls wear ties. Hot.
to die for? To die for.
So good. So
It's
good.
so good. I can't do my accent.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
know.
are you
What
attempting right now?
what are some misconceptions you feel like people have about femme presenting individuals?
I think like kind of like what we talked about, just like the validity of their sexuality. I think it's just constantly invalidated. And then again, it's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Pull out a fucking strap on to prove to you that I like women? Like, it's so stupid.
I think also that like a femme presenting woman in the relationship has to be like the housewife. Like I know a
Mhm.
ton of femmes that like make more money than the more masked
Yeah.
ones. Like
Or the
or like
bottom.
or yeah, or more dom in bed. Like I feel like that's what's hard. Like I feel like everyone thinks like a femme has to be like this pretty little angel. Like that's not true. I've met plenty of femmes that like take on more the mask role too.
For sure. Yeah, I don't think that that matter. Like a role shouldn't equate to like the lesbian that you identify as.
Yeah. No,
For
for
and also like for me and like we're two women in a relationship like at the end of the day, you know.
hmm No, I agree.
Mm,
We're just two girls.
yep, we're just little girls. Oh, somebody asked us like
Mm.
if there was anyone we looked up to or any YouTubers, and personally I didn't have that. I think it would have been easier for me to come out, but I don't think I just like thought to even look into that. I think for me coming out was so my own journey.
hmm
Like I didn't come out because I saw a lesbian couple in real life or online. I came out because I just knew I was attracted to women. Like I came out before I even did anything with a woman, or not a woman. I was a kid, a girl.
No, I think it's so true. I think people forget like we came out before there was social media. Like we
Before
didn't
it was cool.
cool. Like I'm like you guys, I didn't have these like TikTokers or like this Instagram to, like look at these girls and be like, oh, there can be hot girls that are like gay. Like we did not have that. So like it was definitely different for us to go. Like I anytime I Google lesbian, it would be like porn stuff, you know? Like it was not like
Yeah.
there were any or like
It was always just like a sexual thing.
sexual thing. And I think that honestly kind of fucked me up a little bit because I always thought like you always I don't know, I just kind of feel like I think it just also showed me that like that I feel like a lot of things I keep saying, but like are for the male gaze. Like everything was so sexualized. So I always felt like
Yeah.
even saying I was a lesbian, like it was like just like a sexual thing, kind of like a sin
Yeah.
in a way. Like, oh, I'm gay.
Oh
Like,
yeah. I don't love the word though. Like I wish like lesbian was a different word.
me too. It's not a great
Like
word.
it's not a very like I love like saying like oh
Not
I'm gay
sexy.
is so I don't want it to be sexy. That's the whole thing. It's like
But
saying
like,
I'm
okay, not
gay is
sexy,
so
but
much
like
easier.
romantic.
What? I don't think my
Like I just wish
language is
it rolled off the
good.
tongue better. Like lesbian. Well,
Yeah, like I
bisexual is
don't
even worse. Like bisexual.
bisexual.
I think everyone can agree, like, that does not even sound good. Like, that's why I say
No.
bi, but even bi doesn't sound great either. I'm like, what the fuck?
I like gay. That one, like the gay guys are so lucky for that.
Yeah, gay. We're gay.
Do you feel like femme voices are taken seriously in like professional spaces and
No, but I think honestly, any attractive woman, no matter
is
if you're
not
gay or
taken
not, is not taken
seriously?
seriously.
For
And I think that's
sure.
so annoying. We get into the questions that people asked us.
Yeah, I think that's fun. Maybe we should start like doing that every week just to
Yeah, I
start.
love people love to hear what they ask.
The first question's so funny. Does Shay like Faithland's new girlfriend?
I fucking hate her. No, she's fine. She is so sweet. And I didn't know what to expect because Faithin was like, she's a little bit shyer and like a little bit quieter. And she is when you first meet her. But like once she like opens up to us, like she
Yeah.
was so fun. She's so sweet. She's really caring.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like I have nothing bad to say about her. I'm like, I have no shit to talk. I saw this question, like, oh, you guys want the juicy tea? There's like no juicy tea. Like,
I know.
so
She is so great. She really is. But yeah, she is shy and like more reserved at first. And I think like sometimes people think like, oh, or like that can come off typically as like, oh, does this person not like me or are they like bitchy or something? And she's she's the sweetest little angel.
she's so sweet. And like, I give her a lot of props. Because Faithin's a lot to handle, and she's so
Are
around.
you kidding? This
No, I'm
fucking
kidding. We're
girl is
actually, you know what?
so lucky.
I met her the first time I met her actually was Faithlin had like a little get together with her close friends. And I'm like, oh God, me and Faithlin drunk together a lot. Faithlin, I don't even think really drunk, but
Yeah,
she
I was good.
kept up with me pretty nice. So I was like, oh, I love a drinking
Yeah.
partner. So she was great. No, she's a really
Yeah.
fun.
She can
Yeah.
keep up for sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to tap out with the drinks. I'm too sensitive. I
Yeah,
am.
I'm a little
Because I'll just,
girl.
I will get a hangover. She's like so lucky. She's one of the few people in the world that literally doesn't get hangovers. Like, I don't even know how that's possible, but
And I remember everyone's like, once you get older, you're gonna get hangovers, you're gonna get hangovers. Are you okay?
I literally just fell. That was super fun, you guys.
So
Sorry
let's
about
keep
that.
going.
Love that.
Everyone will say like once you get older, like you get worse hangovers, all this. I'm like, you guys, I'm a pro. No, I won't. Shut the fuck up. I get the worst hangovers now, and I'm like dead. Like I
Yeah.
can't rally the next day. It's like I don't know how people do that.
I can't
Oh,
either. I'm like so dehydrated or shaking,
yeah.
even. Like, I can't do it.
And I don't. I know everyone's gonna be like, oh, you should drink water throughout your drinking day. Like I can't do that, you guys. My stomach is saved for the alcohol to absorb. Like I don't want water in there because like that's just
I
like
will just pee.
exactly. And I don't need that. Well, when I'm drinking, all I want is alcohol in my body. Like I don't need water. I mean, I regret it every day, but it's okay.
What is a smooth way to ask a girl if she's into girls?
Well, you're asking the wrong person because I absolutely hate going up to a girl.
I've never even seen you go up to a
I
girl.
can't do it. You guys, I'm so shy. And that's why I think people think I'm a bitch when I'm out, but I'm like, I'm not. You guys, I'm shy. Unless like I can like know you and like I'm a little warm up to you, then I'm like my fun self. But I'm shy. Faithlin, let's ask you this question. You can help them out
I
better.
would just say it. I would just be like, oh, like, are you into girls? I think you're so hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Just say it like that. Because if I was a girl and I'd be like, even if I wasn't into girls, I'd be like, oh my God, one, you think
Be
I'm
like,
like,
honestly, maybe now
I
I
know. I'm
now I
like,
might be.
it is true. Like getting hit on by girls is like such a compliment. Like I feel like for a
Such a
straight
compliment.
girl, like we love it. Is exploring your sexuality worth it, even if your family may cut you off or disown you?
I don't think I can answer that question. I think you have to do what's right for you. I also don't know, like, your living situation and things like that. I mean, we have friends and people we know who that's happened to, and it's really hard. But obviously, like, if you're being true to yourself and like, I think 100% I probably would do that, but that doesn't mean it's a safe environment for everyone to do that.
No, I agree with you. I think it's so hard and every story is different. But one thing I think we all can relate on is like keeping this part of yourself like inside and like, not being able to like explore these things, it like really can take you down another hard, deep past. Like, you know, my one thing is like when I moved to New York, I finally felt comfortable to come out and like I felt like I was free for once. And I feel like hiding a part of yourself is never gonna be the right outcome, but it's also like
It's never going to
time.
go away either.
What'd you say? Sorry.
It's never going to go away.
Exactly. But it's also Faithling's really right. It's timing, people's home situation, all of that is very different. So I think just like, you know, just know no matter what, it's gonna be hard and people are gonna judge you, but just do it in your own time when you're ready. Do you guys care about body diversity? They haven't seen it at our events. Well, one, we don't have events yet, and I think everybody, like, if you have confidence in yourself, like everybody.
No, that's not what they're saying. They're saying that we haven't had people who have like different types of bodies on our podcast. I strongly disagree with
I
that.
do too. I was just thinking I disagree. But I mean, it's also you guys like we don't like go out. We just go out and like find people that want to be on our podcast,
We
have
listen, the
interesting
only thing
comments. I'm like
our
really
thing
thinking
is
about
like you have to be femme to be on the podcast.
yeah,
That's it.
100%.
I
And
can't
have an interesting
control people's
story.
bodies.
But if you go back and watch all our episodes, I would highly disagree on that. But it's fine.
Yeah, I do as well, but I'm like, clearly you're not a loyal listener.
Well, welcome to the podcast, I guess, bitch.
Yeah, hi. Someone asked, has long distance friendship been hard for you too?
No.
No.
We talk all the time, and I think, one, I feel like I've never seen Faithfulness happy because when we met, I think we were at our lowest of lows. So we like really
Yep,
just make each other happy. But like, no, I don't think it's hard. Faithlin comes back a lot of time. I'm gonna come to LA. Like we talk
exactly.
all the time. No, I think we have more interesting stories because we're not together 24/7.
Yeah, it's so funny. And
But I
also,
I would say I
um,
do miss my drinking girl. Like when it's gonna be summer, like me and Faith, and it'll be like 3 p.m. We'll be like, "You want to go drink?"
let's
Like
fucking
that's gonna be
go.
the hard
I know, but our favorite place isn't doing outdoor seating
I
anymore.
know. I
Didn't get the
know.
permit.
Sorry, I interrupted
Heartbreaking.
you.
Hmm?
I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just saying our favorite place isn't doing outdoor seating anymore, so that's really upsetting.
I know. But it's like so weird. Like, why do permits just get taken away a year later? Like, it wasn't even on the street, it was on the sidewalk, and it literally was like two tables, you guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me and Faithlin said we're literally just bring our own chairs and just like sit.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, literally. Like, what?
What? Arrest me, please. Are you excited for anything this summer?
Yeah, I'm just excited to have fun and make new
I
memories.
know. I know
What
you're
about
in
you?
love in the summer. I cannot wait just to be drinking all the time outside, wearing little snow clothes,
You do that despite summer
I
or not?
know. But like, summer it's like a little bit more allowed, I feel like.
Oh, okay.
But no, I just love summer. Like I just feel like we are always in better moods in the summer.
Mhm. Right.
Right. Right, right,
For
right.
sure. For sure.
What do you
Um,
think about the sleeping around culture?
I don't care. I am a very sex positive person. I talk
Yeah.
about sex a lot. It's a natural part of life. Straight couples talk about it all the time. Lesbians should be able to talk about it all the time without
Yeah.
it being like taboo. And that's another reason why we made this podcast was because like there isn't a podcast where people are so
Yeah.
open about that stuff. And I think it's important.
Mhm.
No, I could care less how many
No.
bodies
Like
someone
bodies are
has.
crazy. And it's once again, it's like, oh, the men can have like fucking 100 bodies, but if a girl did, it's like whatever. I think as long as you're not being messy with it in a sense, like sleeping with like everyone that knows everyone, like putting yourself in this drama situation, like who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, me and
Yeah.
Caitlin always
And
say
being
like,
safe.
yeah, oh, be safe for sure. Like we don't need that's like not a cool vibe. That's not a fun vibe.
Yucky.
That's a yucky vibe. But yeah, like I always like growing up, like my family never talked about sex. So like I feel like every time
Same.
they hear me talk about sex, they're like, who the fuck is this child? But like it's such a normal thing. It's like part of like everyone has sex. Like, why is it so weird to talk about it? I don't get it.
It shouldn't be. I mean, I feel very comfortable talking
Yeah.
about that. And I think
Bathan will go up to any random person.
I don't care. And I think it's important too in a relationship to not feel afraid to talk about those things.
Mhm.
Like, I have a great sex life with my partner because we're so open.
Yeah. We
And
always, oh, and what?
no, I
Oh,
don't know.
like,
I was
oh,
just
and
saying, like, I think, I hope every couple has or can get to a point where they have a relationship like that.
yeah, no, I think one thing as growing up, the biggest thing is to be able to communicate about sex because everyone likes different things. Everyone feels comfortable with different things, like being able to talk about that openly is so big in a relationship and it will help it so much.
100%.
100%. What's your
Um,
biggest fear? Oh my God.
what is your biggest fear? I mean, like scary fear, like spiders, or like deep,
Do
like
one of each.
okay. I fucking do not fuck with spiders. I'm
That's fine.
really scared of spiders. I'm really scared of sharks.
Sharks are a wild one. Like, I don't, who's like, I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm into sharks, but like, you're not gonna really encounter one. Spiders, on the other hand, freak me the fuck out. Like, I could not date someone that had a tarantula. And like,
Or someone who can't kill a spider. Like,
oh my God, literally. Ask me what a fucking ick is if I'm in a relationship and they want me to kill the spider. Like, are you high?
yeah,
Like,
no, no, no.
hell
Can't do that.
no.
No.
What's your like more deep biggest fear?
Being left.
Hmm.
Of course. I mean, I think that has been an unfortunate pattern in my life that I've experienced from, my mom and then relationships. And, it's a tough thing to work through. And it's scary when you could love somebody so deeply like you and I did in our last relationships, and then them kind of just like waking up one day and not feeling the same. Like for me, I'm a partner where my love grows for you every day. Like I've never fallen out of love with someone, nothing like that. And so it's hard for me to understand, and it ruins your confidence. And it's also just obviously heartbreaking to not have that person.
Yeah, so well said. I mean, I'm the same. I think mine is losing someone I care about deeply, whether it's like death. Like I always think like losing my family members, like
Ugh.
biggest fear. Like I cannot even imagine how I'm going to handle that. And then also
Yeah, I
losing
can't
someone
comprehend it.
as like abandonment. And everything you described is so like on point. I feel like we connect so well on that. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, because that affects you so much. Like you're left by yourself to deal with it. And I think that's the hardest part because like that person was your best friend. That's the person you go to for everything. So all of a sudden you like
Yeah.
this, you don't have it. It's like so crazy.
Yeah. And then, especially when you're with narcissists who just immediately move on and bring all their baggage into the next relationship, it's like, okay, well, was I nothing? Did
Yeah.
our love mean nothing? Or was I just kind of like a placeholder for you? It's a fucked up situation for
Yeah. You
sure.
feel
I'm
like
also, my
strung
biggest fear
along.
is narcissists.
No, literally. I should just put that there.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is narcissists for sure. Because they are psychotic,
Diabolical.
diabolical, diabolical.
They're a
They're
shit.
gonna like ruin the world.
Um, are there lesbian influencers who annoy you? 1000%.
1,000%.
Yep.
Like you guys are, I can't believe you had to ask that. Like
I
you
know.
should have known us.
I'm
But I
sure
will say,
we
like,
fucking annoy people as well, so I don't
I
care.
know I was like, we probably do annoy people, but like, I mean,
I
probably
don't think we're annoying,
I
so
don't
who
think. I
cares?
think we're funny and whatever. But I think everyone annoys everyone. Like everyone has something to say about someone.
For
Like
sure. I mean, that's what you get when you put things online. Like, I
100%.
don't like everyone, not everyone's gonna like us. Who cares?
Like
I
who
literally don't
cares?
care. In the beginning of the podcast, it bothered me, but
Yeah.
now I literally could care less.
Yeah, I don't really care anymore.
Something I noticed in LA, and this is not a New York thing at all, but in LA, a lot of people ask for their fries to be well done. Like, not one person in New York does that
No, because New York, I feel like the fries are perfect.
because everything's perfect about New York.
That's interesting. Okay, so they like a little bit more crisp out in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like no one ever asked that.
Yeah.
Do you think that have you like liked more of LA's food compared to New York's food?
Um, I No, I think the food is so okay. So the Italian food in New York is amazing. The Mexican food in LA is amazing. Like you
Yeah.
can't really get good Mexican food in New York, and you can't get that great Italian in LA. So it's just different. Like I say, it's hard to compare both cities.
Yeah. Have you had a
It's just
slice
so
of pizza
different.
out in LA?
What?
Have you had a pizza out in LA?
No.
Yeah, no. Not New York
Would never
pizza.
stoop that low.
I know. Ain't
That's a
no ain't no
low.
Joe's.
Ain't no Joe, baby.
No, ain't no Joe's.
Oh my God, another thing, we went through a freaking nightmare with Delta and like
Yeah,
it,
what was that? I was like,
oh
are
my
you
God. Okay,
good?
so our flight gets delayed like 7 or 8 hours. We get on the plane. Then we leave, we're on the tarmac, we leave to take off, and we're on the plane for a fucking hour. And we're like, what is going on? Like, nobody's giving us any answers. Then all of a sudden, an hour later, they're like, hey, so our pilots can't fly because they like maxed out their time, but we're going to fly to Atlanta and then we're going to get new pilots. And we're like, first, no, it's not what we signed up for. Also, at that point, then we would get back to LA at like 3 in the morning, and it's
Mhm.
already been a whole fucking ordeal. So then we're like, fuck this. We get off the flight and we get a new flight for the next day, but our bags were still on the plane, and we found out they went to Atlanta and then they didn't take off to LA, so they had to give people like hotel vouchers, and I'm just like,
Oh my God.
I would have been so annoyed.
That's so bad. Did you get all your bags and stuff were fine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The other thing too is like, do you know this like enhanced ID bullshit? Like,
US.
why?
Why? Like,
Why?
why? That is what we really need. Like, that's what we're worried about. That have an advanced ID to go travel throughout the United States is like crazy.
So fucking stupid. Like, now these DMVs are so overwhelmed and people are pissed off. And like, if you have a passport, you have a passport. If you don't, I'm sorry, get one. Like,
No, literally.
I
Or
don't
like,
know what to say.
why can't you just fucking do your normal ID that you had? Like, why does it have to have a special little mark on it to be like, oh, you can travel? Like,
You can go to Mexico now that you have this license. Like,
literally, it's
okay,
so
whatever.
fucking annoying. And I'm not doing it. I'm boycotting it. I mean, I'll just stick my passport everywhere, but like, fuck that. Like,
No,
US,
it's so annoying. I
no.
can't.
Catching me at the DMV is not where I'll be.
I waited for 4 hours before our flight and they didn't even call my number.
Oh, you were just like
So I
waiting
was
to see
like,
if they'll
fuck
do
this, I'm
it?
leaving. What?
Oh, that's actually smart to just do it while you had your 7 hours layover.
I know, yeah.
Ugh. I do have one ick that came to me
Ooh,
because
love.
Aloe was having a 30% off, and I was like, oh yeah, let me shop. I realized I don't like men who wear Lululemon or Aloe. Like that's just not for the boys. Like
I
that,
can
like
understand that.
just wear like regular sports. I don't know what regular sports, just wear Nike or like Adidas. But like
I don't like
if
Nike.
I
Fuck
saw a
Nike.
guy like in Lululemon, it's an
I
ick.
would rather a guy wear Lululemon than Nike, I think.
What?
I boycott Nike.
Oh, that's personal reasons. It took me a second while. I was like, what? What?
Yeah. Fuck Nike, bruh.
Hmm. Okay, well, that's all I have.
Thank you guys so much for watching or listening, whichever you prefer. And we can't wait to see you guys next week. Please like, rate, share this podcast, subscribe, and we love you, your favorite little
Love
femmes. Bye, guys.
you.